Okay, so we're back with some more filmmakers from Short Film Showcase 3. Can you just introduce yourself, please, and the name of your film that we just seen?
My name's Luca, and I was the writer-director of Angus Gets Ghosted.
I'm Lisa, and I directed Post.
And I'm Matthias, and I was the director of photography on Post.
Fantastic. Let's start off with nice and easy. Where did the idea or the collaboration for this film begin? Do you want to start first?
So for those that have seen the film, the main location is in a giant disused leisure centre, and the cinematographer, he lives in a guardianship, which is that building. So you don't know how long you can be living in a guardianship. So I basically said it would be absolutely a crime against humanity if we didn't shoot a horror film here. So I kind of wrote something quite quickly, and then had some friends come and act and read for it, and was sure. So the inspiration actually was the location originally, and I had been working with some influencers actually, and I wanted to do something about that theme and being consumed by what's going on today. Yeah. A friend of mine recently said that we're often confusing these days art with content creation, and so I guess that was a big driver, was being eaten and consumed by content rather than something more.
Yeah, I think obviously our film's also about influencer, but a bit of a different angle, because I think I kind of wanted to, my previous film was also horror, but it was a little bit darker and a bit more really on like the tense sort of horror-y side, and I wanted to make something that could still be scary, but also maybe a little bit on the silly side. So I had an idea of sort of like making a film about obsession, and then once I realized I wanted the main character to be an influencer, I kind of thought about the idea of what does an influencer give to people, and what do they expect back, and then the people that are sort of consuming that, how they're sort of interpreting that, and how that sort of, what you kind of give and take from other people. So it sort of works kind of both ways. That was sort of what I wanted to talk about, I suppose. Do you have anything to add?
When did you first come on the project, Matthias?
So I've worked with Lisa before on a couple projects now. I think the first project we did together, we got chatting, and Lisa, we started to talk about horror films, and I could see Lisa's passion for horror films. We had very similar tastes, and I really loved the way she liked to explore different themes through her horror films. So then, ever since then, anytime she's come to me with a horror film, I've always jumped straight on board.
Mm-hmm. What's your greatest challenge as a DOP for this film that we saw? What was the most difficult part, maybe? Is there anything tricky set up particular-wise?
To be fair, there was a tricky setup with the big confrontation scene in the living room area. Mm-hmm. With that scene, there's a moment where we do a 180 pan of the room to get onto the other character, and obviously when you're panning across the entire room, it doesn't leave you a lot of space to put any lights or kit. So that was it was a fun challenge to try and figure out how we're going to rig lights to get it to look the way we want still, whilst also keeping the floor completely clear of stands and lights, and building almost a custom DIY rig with a few different bits of grip kit to get it done.
Luca, what was your greatest challenge making your film?
Greatest challenge was actually, so right at the end he's been bitten and he's got this prosthetic on his neck, and basically that was done right at the end of the shoot, and it was, the best thing about the shoot was that we were just shot with a bunch of mates, so it was just so much fun shooting it. But by that point, everyone had got a bit silly, and so now I think a few drinks had been had, and so the prosthetic was just not going on the neck. All kinds of things had gone wrong, and so that's why we ended up shooting it just on a mobile phone in the distance, all nice and grainy and blurry. He only shows you it for about a millisecond, then he puts it back on. That was probably the biggest challenge, that stupid prosthetic.
What's the proudest moment, each one of you, when you see the film up on the big screen? Do you want to start first down the end, Matthias?
I think I really love collaboration, and I love when different departments come together to create something greater than one person could do. And this project, right from pre-production, like Lisa got her team together really quickly and had us all working quite early on, like collaborating with each other, figuring out, production designer can put these posters here, we can add this practical here, and then that can motivate what we want to do with lighting, and also then the colourists can come in and accentuate this. And yeah, I think I just really enjoyed the collaboration which happened with this project, and everyone kind of enhancing each other's work.
Same question to you, Lisa?
Yeah, I was actually going to give the same answer, just the collaboration of everyone and kind of seeing it on the big screen, how it's sort of come together from script where it is now. Yeah, I think that's what I'm proudest of, for sure.
I don't want to give the same answer.
It is the same.
No, I'll give a different one. If when you're making a comedy, I think the main thing this is the second public screening we've done, and the first one a lot of the cast and crew came down, so it was an easy crowd. So it was a proud moment also as a comedy. Hearing a couple of people laughing in the audience, getting laughs out of people is a massively proud moment, and that of course comes from all the collaboration.
Let's quickly talk about what your next project is. Do you want to kick us off again, Luca?
I've got a couple of things on the go. I'm doing I'm doing documentaries as well, but it's very unrelated to this. I would love to this week I've been trying to write the feature version of this, and make the story much more streamlined. I think I tried to put too much into this short, but it would work for a feature. So I want to turn this into a feature.
Lisa?
I'm working mainly on actually figuring out what I want to do as a director next, so kind of looking at different projects and what my next sort of step will be. But the next project I'm working on is sort of a dramedy that I'm producing.
Okay.
And then I'm working on, I'll call it a coming of age short film next, and it's about a woman kind of like rediscovering who she is and what she wants to do next.
Last question. One tip you could give to other filmmakers, what would it be? Who's got one answer? Yeah? Go on, Lisa, you go first.
I was just going to say, I guess, be flexible to some extent, but also kind of, remember your vision, but also kind of know where you can be flexible and where you want to really kind of push what you really want to do. That's kind of my thing, because I think sometimes you just have to make decisions of, especially on really low budget projects. It's like, okay, do I want to spend more money on like a location, for example? Is that my most important thing, or do I want to spend more money on VFX or catering or anything like that? And then that sometimes can actually change what you had in mind, but it can sometimes make the film better or make it better for the crew or anything like that. I think that for me that would be the biggest tip.
Matthias, what about you?
Mine would be like take advantage of your pre-production. I think planning and like putting all the pieces together ahead of time really does make the difference in a film. And I feel like that's where you really create your ideas and figure out how you're going to execute it and what you want your film to be. So really, put the time in during pre-production.
I want to say a couple of things. Firstly, do it. I would say try and get the script perfect, but actually your script will never be perfect, so you just have to get out there. I was not happy with my final script, and I'm so happy that we just did it. Another thing that I think has helped me a lot as I'm furthering my career is have a really good, strong reference. I think we all try and do something original no one else has ever done before. Find a really strong reference that you're not copying, but is going to influence the way that you film. And my third and most important thing, the guy who's joined me today is Mo, and he helped feed the crew. That is the most important thing ever.
We have a lot of people always say that.
And good food, not just pret a manger. Like fucking good food, and that'll keep you happy as well.
We have a filmmaker who comes every year, and she swears by good cake on set. She makes a cake every year, and every year it's a different cake. Every film she brings, I ask her what cake it was this year. So cake is a good tip.
I want to be on her set.
Yeah, well, I can put you in touch. We're going to have to leave it there, but thank you so much for submitting your films and coming to represent them. Can we have a round of applause, please, for our filmmakers? Thank you.